The rulers are, the top 5 family don't mess with each other because it will cause problems. As time passed, our families grew closer, and the bond between family number 1 and family number 2 became stronger than ever. The once forbidden love between me and Samantha had turned into a symbol of unity, proving that love could reshape traditions and strengthen power. With our marriage solidifying our union, our families began working together more closely, combining resources and influence. The power dynamic among the top 5 families started shifting, and for the first time, there was no competition between number 1 and number 2. Instead, we operated as one force, making it nearly impossible for the other families to challenge our authority. Our child, a symbol of both legacies, was growing up surrounded by love and power. The elders who once opposed relationships between families now looked upon our union with pride, realizing that old rules needed to evolve to keep the families thriving. The bond between our families was unbreakable, and others took notice. However, unity and strength came with new challenges. The other 3 families, seeing our growing influence, felt threatened. Rumors spread that they were secretly plotting to take us down, fearing that family number 1 and number 2 together would dominate for generations. Whispers of betrayal echoed through the halls of our family estates. Suspicion grew, and we had to be careful who we trusted, even within our own circle. One evening, during a grand family gathering, an urgent message arrived. A trusted informant warned us that an unexpected betrayal was coming from within. Someone close to us was working with the other families. The room fell silent as everyone exchanged glances, the weight of the revelation settling in. Samantha squeezed my hand, her eyes filled with concern. "We need to find out who it is before it's too late," I said, my voice steady but filled with determination. The safety of our family, our legacy, and everything we built was now at risk. We had fought to unite, but would we be able to fight against those who wanted to tear us apart from the inside? The battle for our family's survival was just beginning. The next morning, I gathered a small, trusted group to investigate. We had to move carefully. If the traitor knew we were onto them, they might act first. Our best chance was to uncover their identity before they could strike. We started by reviewing recent family activities, who had been meeting with outsiders, who had unexplained absences, and who seemed unusually tense. Clues were scarce, but one name kept coming up: John, a distant cousin who had always been ambitious and unpredictable. Samantha and I decided to confront him subtly. We invited him for a private conversation in my study, keeping our emotions in check as we questioned him about his whereabouts and alliances. He hesitated before answering, his eyes darting toward the door, as if searching for an escape route. "John, if you know something, now is the time to speak," I said firmly. "Loyalty to the family comes first. If you're working with the other families, you're putting all of us at risk." He exhaled sharply, his expression shifting between defiance and fear. "I had no choice," he finally admitted. "They threatened my mother. They said if I didn't help them, she would disappear." The weight of his words hit us hard. This was bigger than we thought. If they had resorted to threats, it meant they were getting desperate. "We'll protect her," Samantha assured him. "But we need you to tell us everything. Who have you been in contact with? What do they plan to do?" John hesitated again, but then he nodded. "I'll tell you everything. But we need to act fast. They're planning something big, and it's happening soon." The fight for our family's survival had officially begun, and now we had our first lead. As time passed, the baby Hulk family and family number 2 became more united than ever. Our marriage wasn't just about love. It was a symbol of power, an unbreakable bond that made us stronger. But with strength comes enemies. Some members of the other top families didn't like how we shifted the balance. One evening, while Samantha and I were celebrating our son's second birthday, my uncle from family number 3 pulled me aside. He was an older man, respected but ruthless. "You and Samantha changed everything," he said, sipping his drink. "Stronger families mean more threats. You think the other 3 families are just going to let y'all run things?" I knew what he meant. Family number 4 and family number 5 were already plotting. They didn't like that our unity gave us an advantage. It was only a matter of time before they made their move. Samantha overheard our conversation. "We won't let them divide us," she whispered to me later that night. I nodded. "If they come for us, we'll be ready." But we weren't ready for what happened next.